Hi guys. So it is Wade here again on my YouTube channel to kind of to update my last video. So last video I was able to briefly kind of go over everything that had changed with the new expansion for Samurai, for 90 Samurai on Final Fantasy 14. So I came to update that video, but the last video, basically my gauge right here was covered by my face cam. It was on this side. So I'm here to do another updated video of how to build this gauge as fast as possible, so you guys can get into, if you guys fast track your Samurai, you guys can get right into the kind of the higher level stuff. We're also gonna do a couple a brief explanation of what was changed at level 90. I kind of went over it for the most part on my last video prior to this, so you could go ahead and check that out. But we're gonna go ahead and build this gauge. Let me explain this gauge to you. So the gauge is gonna be 3 symbols. This is called your send gauge, and each weapon skill, after you perform a weapon skill combo, a whole combo to unlock the weapon skill, each combo will light up one of these symbols. So these are going to be your combos. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that for you right now. So this is going to be one of your combos here. Your Hikaze is your primary action that's going to start every attack. This is your Yukaze combo. This is going to be your Kasha combo with Shifu and then Kasha to finish that. And then this one's gonna be your Jinpu Gecko combo. That's going to give you your 3rd symbol. So these 3 symbols allow you to perform this action called Midari. I call it Midari. So yeah. So that's how you build the send gauge. And that will give you a stack. So that will give you performing one Midari will give you what is called a stack. Right here, this is a stack. There's up to 3 stacks. This sword right here is your Genki gauge. So this sword right here is going to be your Genki gauge, your points, your action points that come from your regular actions. So I hope you're kind of able to stay with me here. So every time you perform an action, this will rise. And every time you perform a special attack from your Ijutsu, you will get a stack. So your best bet is to work with your Higenbana. Your Higenbana you'll be able to perform after you perform 1 combo weapon skill. So 1, 4, you see that light up, and then it'll perform this Higenbana. So this Higenbana will upgrade your 2nd stack, and then you can do that 1 more time. And then you do another Higenbana, and you'll gain another stack as well. So gaining all 3 stacks will allow you to perform a Shoha. This is one of your ultimate attacks, one of your strongest attacks. So also, if I didn't mention before, your Genki gauge will allow you to do all these costly attacks. These action points come from there. So that's kind of like, you'll be able to spend those points on these attacks. So you'll be able to hit them hard as a DPS. So your Shoha, you're able to pull off with your 3 stacks. Just like that. Okay. So we got this called Meiko Shisui. This will allow you to do 3 combo actions and build your send gauge with just 3 single attacks. See, you could do just the final attack of your combos, and it'll build your entire send gauge. But you don't want to do that yet. The reason why is because Okay, I'll tell you that right now. So the Kaishi, the Tsubame Geisha will allow you to do a follow-up attack with your Midari. So once you do your Midari, this should power up and it'll allow you to do an extra attack. So you can do 1, 2, 3. But you see how I got 1 stack. So you're always going to want to start off building your gauge with your Yukikazu, because this will build your Higenbana. See, now you got 2 stacks. So you can use your Mako here. This will allow you to build your Sen gauge. And then boom. Okay, so you see how there's not 3 stacks yet, because we're still going to gain a stack when we perform this attack, this Midari attack. So this is how you want your gauge here. So now you will perform Midari, the Tsubame Geishi, Shoha, all in succession. So you'll be able to do that all in succession. So that is your entire gauge. And yes. Okay, so your Kenki gauge right here, once it's full, you're able to perform any attack that has a number on it. Like it costs points, as you can see. And your Iki Shoten, this is your Iki Shoten. This will boost your Genki gauge of 50 and also give you another weapon skill called Kaishi, called Ogi. And then the follow-up attack to Ogi will be Kaishi. So you can play around with those attacks for the most part. But like I said, always going to want to start off with your Higenbana. Higenbana to build your stack. And then you can go into the Mako, or you can go into just doing your regular combos to building your gauges. Okay. I'm glad I was able to show you all that now. So now we're going to turn it over to the changes that were made in Dawntrail expansion. As your third eye, as you can see, your third eye has switched. It's going to switch at level 82. So by the time if you're on 90, you're fine. It'll switch straight to Tengetsu, like I said in the prior video. So this will be your Tengetsu. And it gives you like an extra, grants Tengetsu Foresight, which increases your Kenki gauge by 10 when hit. So it's going to boost your gauge also when they hit you. So you're going to be able to perform more of these attacks, which as a DPS, you're going to want your strongest attacks rapidly in succession all the time as fast as possible. Your next change is going to be your Shoha and your Shoha 2. There's no longer a Shoha 2 because it used to do an AoE, a big AoE, and to all enemies in around you, but they took it out, and your regular Shoha would do a singular target attack. So for that reason, I think they combined them both, and now it delivers an attack to all enemies in a straight line before you with a potency of 560 to their first enemy and 65 less for all remaining enemies. So that's another change. And the Tsubame, your follow-up attack to your Midari, used to have a counter with 2. So it looks like now you're going to be able to perform it as long as you can keep that rotation going. So you're going to want to build your gauges and keep it going over and over. And this will allow you to do those weapon skills without meeting the combo requirements. You just hit that button. So those are the subtle changes to Samurai. If there's more, I'm going to let you guys know. Zanjin is a new ability at level 96, so we're gonna work on Zanjin. It looks like it might be accessible through Iki Shoten. So we're gonna see how that works, and we're gonna see how we're gonna be able to build that attack and how much damage it does. So well, I think that's kind of it. I think I wanted you to guys see the gauges, see everything we were working with, play around with it, play around with the attacks. Don't worry if you have to fast track a character, or if it's the game is been out for so long that I don't think people are gonna say anything about you fast tracking a character or fast tracking a story. So everybody's up their higher levels. So if you want to jump right into it, I hope I was able to help. Let me know in the comments if I did anything wrong, if you like what you see, if I did something right, if I was able to help you. Hit a like, hit a subscribe. I'm going to be doing more of these videos as you know, over time, because I still got to learn more characters and more job classes. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate that, and I hope I was able to fix some of the confusion from my last video. So thank you. I really, really, really appreciate your time and your kindness.